I After the first 2 months of reading comics on the Global Comics app, I decided to do this kind of like Royal Rumble table of all the comics and score them on like story, art, characters, originality, and see what way how they all kind of stacked up together. And like it was interesting, some indie books came in quite high up compared to mainstream stories. So just goes to show like that the indies can compete well in my eyes anyway. So it's coming to the end of April, and I said I just do another one for just for fun. So without further ado, let's have a look and see how. Because this time around, I only read 8 books in the last 2 months. Now, when I say 8 books, there's like multiple issues of some of these. Like so, coming in bottom is City of Demons. This was like an indie series. Somebody actually contacted me on Instagram and asked me would I review these books, and it was the first 6 issues. Now I only got 2 issues in. I don't think I hadn't decided to drop it. I still might come back to it. The only problem I had was I'd read 2 issues, or maybe 3 actually, but there was no demons. Like demons had not shown up. Like, and I get the impression there are demons in this because there's kind of religious undertones and stuff like that. Like, but essentially, the story, I guess everything's fairly average. It's black and white. I just felt like the story was a bit too slow, and I just wanted to get into some kind of, I don't know. I like to read comics that have some sci-fi, some fantasy, something like that in there. So I guess this got a fairly low score when comparing to other books. The next one up is Rook Exodus. So this is actually something I'm reading at the moment, and what's kind of keeping me there is the artwork. Like, the artwork is absolutely incredible. It's like, because it's a new series, like it's currently out monthly at the moment. It's like the best new art I've seen in a long time. Like, but unfortunately, there's a lot in the story and the characters that just seem goofy, bad kind of plot, decision making stuff, things that don't make sense. Originality just above average, really. Like, I don't know, I just felt all very familiar. Like, and I'm close to dropping this one, I think, but I'm kind of hanging in there a little bit. Sometimes, I don't know, it's terrible. Sometimes it is nice to look at something maybe that you're not enjoying compared to something that you are, because I guess you appreciate the good stuff a bit more. Under that is Void Rivals. This is I kind of just finished the series coming into March, and the same again, amazing artwork. It's tied in with the Transformers universe, but like the story and the characters, kind of all this decision making, the characters kind of really did annoy me at certain points. Like, so I found it hard, or I don't have the motivation to go back and read that at the moment. But if you want to look at some really nice art, definitely check out Void Rivals. Like, it's really kind of inspiring visually, like beautiful visually. Like, Phenomenova issue 2. I just read this and done a video yesterday. This is like an indie series. I read the first issue on Global Comics. This second issue is actually, I got this from a PDF because I backed the digital tier on the Kickstarter. Really kind of really nice art, very kind of mainstream appeal to it. The focus is a lot on the main character. I don't know. I think there's something built. Like there's a kind of a long term plan for this series, and there's been some good stuff being built in there. So I definitely would recommend people check that out. What's next? The Lucent, another great indie series. I really enjoyed reading this. The artwork is not something I would normally be drawn towards, but I definitely can appreciate like just the talent and the draftsmanship. And like the story, I think the story, characters, originality, it's all like it's very good. It's still very mysterious, and I think that's like, there's nothing obviously bad there. There's nothing like I don't like this or don't like that. Characters all seem good, solid characters. So this also has a lot of potential. Like, I know there's a second volume of this out. I think I'm gonna have to wait for it to show up on Global Comics before I can check that out. Like, and that might give me more of an understanding of where the story's going. The next one is Black Hammer. Yeah, that's a series I really enjoyed. It's kind of a strange superhero story. It's either from Dark Horse or DC, maybe Dark Horse. Definitely worth checking out. Artwork's a bit unusual for some people. I gave the art a high score because I did enjoy it. It's quite original, and you know, the story's quite original, and the characters are quite original. So like, yeah, it's definitely one I'm gonna come back to the second volume and explore more of that. Like, what's next? Transformers. Brilliant, amazing. Like, this is by far, like I'm saying here, this is the best book I've read this year. Now there's clearly something above it, but I just love everything about this book. Like, there's nothing, there was one little kind of niggly, kind of silly moment in it, but overall, like, the artwork is incredible, the action is incredible, there's great kind of plot twists. Just the way the whole story is set up, like, you know, I don't know, I'm like 6 issues in now and there's no sign of Megatron. It's just, there's so many cool things about it. I've dropped it down in originality just because it's an existing IP kind of being rehashed, like, so I can't kind of score it for being original. And then the final one is Hellboy. Like, so I'd never read Hellboy when it came out originally, and all the stuff is on Global Comics. So I've started at the start. Hellboy: Seed of Destructions, I just thought was amazing. I'd say anyone who's looking at this has probably read Hellboy or knows what Hellboy is like. But just the art, Mike Mignola, the master, the characters are so good. It's so original. When I think about when it came out for its time, like the story. And I gave the story a 9 out of 10. For some reason I just couldn't give a 10 across the board. Like, because I don't know, there could be other Hellboy stories that merit that 10 out of 10. Like, but just brilliant. And yeah, look, I leave it at that. Just a quick one to see how everything stacked up. And like, I don't know, it's like, I do want to go back. I want to continue Hellboy, but then part of me is like, there's probably so much more untapped stuff out there, or unexplored comics that I know nothing about. Like, because I do know stuff about Hellboy, I do know stuff about Transformers. Like, so I really want to find a gem out there that that's original, you know, that's just new, and it's from a new creator. Like, I think that's the appeal these days.